What's up, everyone? If you haven't noticed by now, this is some Guild Wars 2 footage. I am playing a Char Guardian. It's one of the classes that I least played throughout the beta. This is actually during a stress test on a Friday where we got a little bit of time to play. I was able to get in some game time and record some footage. I don't really do much questing. Actually, I don't think I do any questing at all. I do a lot of killing. I run around for maybe about an hour just killing stuff, learning all the different spells. Right now I'm using a staff, and I want to apologize in advance. The audio on the video, for some reason, went haywire. I was actually recording audio while I was recording the footage, but to give you real-time play-by-play, but I don't know what happened. It's like staticky and popping in and out, so I am recording the audio now again after the fact. You have some game audio now you can hear, but I also have the OST soundtrack playing, so you can listen to some Guild Wars 2 music while you watch me kill stuff. Like I said, this is a staff that I'm currently using. I wanted to try a staff. I heard staff for Guardian was a lot about AoE, and that's exactly right. There's a ton of AoE. There's good and bad to using the staff. The good is that if you're in a group, you're trying to AoE a group down, it's gonna come in wonders, work wonders. But look, see there, I'm only hitting for about 20, 22, and I crit at 40, 30, 40 sometimes. The bad thing is, you'll see I do it on purpose and accidentally do it. The good thing is that it does all the AoE damage. The bad thing is if something runs in front of you while you're doing that and you didn't mean to hit those extra targets, they're gonna all jump on you and it could be trouble. They're like a nub. I ran through the ground field. There we get a second elemental to run in, which isn't bad because I wanted to hit him. I didn't mean to hit this guy as well. I actually rallied because the other one, but this guy kills me again. And there's nothing I can do. I'm dead. Alright, I think I'm not gonna run back to the elementals, and I'm gonna kill a couple more Moas. Here I try something, I think I hit them all. And they proceed to wreck me. I don't even get to fight to survive at all. So while staff is really good for AoE, you have to mean to do the AoE. Right there, I actually tried to get them all just to see what would happen. And yep, it hit them all. Pretty good distance on the AoE, but it crushed me. So now I'm gonna kill them one at a time and try to unlock all the spells. Right now I have the staff 1 is your auto attack. It's just one attack. It's not like some other weapons where it'll do one attack and then another attack and then a third attack. The Staff 2 ability though has multi-function. The first one, it sends out an orb that moves slowly straight ahead. Well, you can explode that orb by hitting the number 2 button again, and it'll basically heal anybody in the area. It's not a big heal too, it's like 9 health points every second or so. So it's not a huge heal, but it's a decent heal, and some healing is better than nothing. If you see there, I'm getting healed for 9.
It's easy when you know how.
There, unlock the Staff 3 ability. Symbol of Swiftness is exactly what it sounds like. It puts a AoE circle on the floor, and if you run through it, you get a little speed boon. Now,
hurry, I'm saving
it
some
also
for you.
does some damage if you put it on a mob. So it's a good range pull. So you could do a little range pull. Over here, I screwed up and accidentally pulled the whole group of Moas, so I tried to run away. I don't even know if I got the guy killed or not. I might have. There you see me as I'm running away use the Staff 3 ability, which puts the AoE circle on the ground. It gave me a little bit of a speed boon so I could get away. I turn around, the Moas are dead. I got credit for that quest, even though I probably screwed up a little bit. Learning all these classes and weapon combinations are going to be so cool, because there's so many different, especially with other classes, there's so many different things to do, but you have to learn when and where you can use them. Like that, this AoE is really good, but it would be more useful in a pack of people when you're not worrying about all of them attacking you at the same time. Like in a PvP situation, when they all group up by the door and they're trying to bust the door down to your keep. Oh, there's some rubber banding. This is happening all stress test too. I don't know if they changed some settings in game. I do know that ArenaNet put out a notice saying that their Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 servers were encountering some lag because of some network issues. There was a little bit of lag. I wasn't experiencing too much lag, but I was experiencing a lot of like tearing, video tearing, and some rubber banding. Like there, I popped back all the way over here. I'm looking around like, what's going on? I wasn't even over there. It's because of the rubber banding. There was some pretty bad rubber banding going on, and some like tearing and stuff. The graphic glitching was just terrible. At one point, I was on another character doing a jumping puzzle, and the floor disappeared. So I didn't know where to jump to, which direction. I ended up choosing, and I got it right, but. Alright, so I think from this point on I started playing a little bit smarter with the staff. I know I got a group there that came in and aggro, but I don't believe I died. I think I ended up killing the Moa and then kiting these two away. I think they ended up resetting. There was a pro evasion. Yeah, I figure right there I'm not gonna be able to kill the range guy and the melee guy, so I decided to run. I'm not sure if I get away either. I might. Yeah, I think I get away right there. This game is gonna take a lot of skill. I don't know how many of you played Terra. I was in the Terra beta for a good long bit, and I tested a lot of the characters out, and I like their targeting system. I like their combat system, but I'm just, even though I like Japanese RPG type games, this game was just too JRPG for me. It was just way grindy. Even though I like the targeting system, I don't know if I could get away with playing it every day with the JRPG features and having to grind and all. It's not to say other games aren't as grindy or just as grindy, but Terra was one that I just couldn't play for the long term. I did like it. I thought it was a really cool game, and I love their combat concept. I even like the poop and heals. If you haven't seen that, you have to go look at one of my videos. For one of the healing classes, they actually poop healing balls, and the only way to heal yourself is to go pick up the healing balls. Anyway, back to Guild Wars. Here I'm gonna be trying to do this help Brianna, or Brianna. Double L is Y, right? Brianna? No. Brianna. Let's just say it like that. I don't know. I'm gonna try to kill some of these elementals while I level my weapons up. This is where I actually start getting into dodging and moving around, strafing. Like I said, this is the first time I've actually sat down with a Guardian and played him for more than 5-10 minutes. I did make a Guardian during the closed beta weekends at one point, but it was more, I made the Guardian and I went straight into the PvP area just so I could see all the skills, all the weapon skills, but I really didn't focus on playing him too much.
I'm wounded.
To tell you the truth, I'm not a really big fan of the staff. I know it's got its usefulness, but I'm not a really big fan of it. I do like hammer. You'll see the hammer later. Hammer was pretty beastly. I don't think I did a sword either, a two-handed sword. I did do a shield. I think you'll see the shield as well later. Here I'm helping up one of the, actually it's Brianna, the quest
There are
giver.
ghosts all over the place that exterminate us.
Hoping that she's
Someone
gonna
needs
help
to
me
get
with
rid
some
of
of
them
these
so we can get
elementals.
back to
She
work.
does for a little bit, and then she runs away. But staff 3 is a really good starter. You can use it as a range pull to pull them out so you don't run in and aggro more than what you want. Right there, I got Brianna to tank for me. I know that there is no Trinity in Guild Wars. There's no tank, heal, DPS specific roles. Anybody can tank, anybody can heal. Actually, everybody can heal. And everybody obviously can DPS. What I do like about the Guardian, it feels like a bit of a beefy, meaty class. He does have a little bit more survivability, I want to say, than some of the other classes. He can put up a lot of defensive boons. He could put up some defensive boons on the party using the F1 through F3. I don't remember which ones does what. I believe the F2 is the healing one. It's a healing boon. Basically, if you use it, you get healed periodically. Your health regenerates with that one as a static boon. But if you use it, it'll put like healing on everybody around you. And the first one, F1, is actually the fire. Every 5th attack you do will put fire on your target. Well, if you use the boon, if you use that and give a boon to everybody that's around you, with their very next attack will apply fire to the target. There, I'm using that number 3 ability as a nice little range starter, bringing them out. And then I just run circles around him so he can't hit me. See, I don't take as much damage if I just stand there and just face him like I'm still there. I just stood there and he hit me pretty good. The thing is, I'm missing as well if I'm not facing him. Oh, there I got a nice little pebble. Something I was saying while recording live was that I didn't notice before all this malign gear that was dropping. There was a lot of malign gear, like this one right there, that malign staff. There was a lot of malign weapons dropping that I haven't seen before, so I wonder, well, I guess it's no wonder into it. I guess it's some new items they put in the game for this stress test. They were pretty decent. They were giving some pretty good stats. And the look, actually, I don't know if it's the stats more, because I think the other ones, there's other weapons that are just as good as far as stat-wise, but they had a different look. Like, if you look at the staff, I know I'm waving it around, but if you look at the staff, it's got like a little funky look at the top of it, which is pretty cool. I like it. And a lot of the malign gear a lot of the malign weapons that were dropping had like different looks to them. There, I unlocked number 4. Now, number 4, I tried it and I pulled, and then I tried to use it. And number 4 is probably an ability that you're going to want to use before the pull, because it's not an attack. It's you're basically standing there and applying might stacks to yourself. So during that time, it's good if you're not the one that has threat. Like if you're in a group fighting either one or several targets and you don't have threat, it's good to use it as soon as it's available, because it's going to add might stacks to everybody around you. So that's a good in that aspect. But if you're the one that's pulling stuff, if you're like doing your PvE stuff and you're pulling stuff solo, I would suggest that you do it before the pull. Get your might stacks and then pull, because you'll have I believe it's 5 might stacks. Oh, there's another pebble. You'll have 5 might stacks going into the fight. That it only lasts like 4 or 5 seconds, but it's still better than having no might stacks. Here I do it the right way. There, might increases actually 11 seconds. For 11 seconds you get 5 stacks of might. There, you pull something and now you have some might. And there's some pro evasion. Picked up a pistol.
I feel strong.
I use it. I know I'm gonna take a few hits, but see, you can look at the staff there, pretty good. It's got that little like bottle at the end. Looks like something an engineer would wield, but engineers can't use staffs. Also, I'm level 5, if you notice my number 7 ability, there is none. I just didn't even thinking about it because I was in the attack mode the whole time, so I wasn't paying attention. I don't think I get one. I pick one until actually level 6. pulling them back, getting out of the way so I don't aggro anything else. While I'm out here, if I remember correctly, I think a second event starts, and it puts me like right in the middle of a bunch of elementals. I was like, oh great. And there's the second event. And hey, elemental, hey, what's up, what's up? They're all looking at me like, oh, fresh meat. Yeah, I'm like surrounded right there. There was like nowhere to run where I wasn't gonna aggro more elementals. I believe I ended up getting away. Yeah, I got away. And then I found a group of people that were doing this event. And we just started killing a bunch of them. There, I decided to use the tree. And it almost backfired on me. A level 5 taking on a level 6 and a 7. It could happen. You can survive. Like, that's what I said. I like Guardians because they're a little bit more beefy. I like some of their abilities are pretty cool, and some of their abilities not so much. Like Staff, I wanted to unlock all the abilities, so I kept going with Staff. But I don't think if I was to play a Guardian during live, I don't think I would use the Staff as a weapon unless I'm like in PvP, and it would be for a certain scenario where we need to get a group to a keep, and then I can keep using the number 3 sprint boon on the party that I'm running with, or like defending a door and using the heal for the group of us that are defending it, / the AoE function of Staff 1. By the way, I use a number weapon system just because it's hard to remember all the names of all the abilities. So like for Staff, I'll say Staff 1, which is the number 1 ability, Staff 2, the number 2 ability, Staff 5 is what I'm working up to now. But my mailbox is full, so... There, I stood in that one. How stupid of me. There, I got a malign steam spear. That's a trap going down there. That's a little dungeon area down there. The more people, well, all the dungeons, well, not all the dungeons, all the events that have like bosses or whatever, the bosses will ramp up in strength and health points, I think, based on the amount of people there. So the more people you get, the harder the boss is to face. Now, down there, one of the first beta weekend events, I was down there on my char engineer, and it was just so freaking hard to make any progress in there because the first little mini boss you face, he shoots these arrows up in the air that lands in a certain area, and if you don't get out of that area before the arrows land, it will basically one-shot you. And then if he does the arrows again in that same area, you're done. You won't be able to come back from it.
Faster.
There, I don't have threat on all of these guys, but I start using my #1 ability. They were trying to kill the person that's down, so I took advantage. I know I'm a scumbag. Here I'm just trying to get away and survive, get enough time. That's the one thing about Guardians, they're beefy. They have some maneuverability, some survivability, some defensive boons. Right now this weapon isn't the best one for defensive boon, but you'll see here, you see this guy is really low health, so I'm like trying not to kill him too fast. So as soon as I go down, he has a little bit of health that I have to take off before it fights to survive, and then I'm back up and use my heal again. Guild Wars 2 is a very tactical game. You can do an oops and then get around it if you use some pretty good tactics. Run away, use your evasions. And there, that one is done. Alright, this is a new ability that I just unlocked. It's Staff 5. It's really good. It's basically a wall, an invisible wall. It doesn't let your enemies pass it. It's good on two fronts. You can either use it when you're trying to get away. You can drop the wall, run through it, and then your attackers have to go around it, so it'll buy you a few seconds. Or if you're chasing somebody, you can put it in front of them, and they have to go around it, so it lets you catch up a little bit because you can run right through the wall. Pretty good ability for staff. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan for staff. I guess in PvE I don't see the benefits as much. In PvP I could see a little bit more benefits in using a staff.
Refreshing.
There, I already unlocked all 5, so I'm going to be switching to another weapon. I go, even though I already unlocked all 3, I go Mace Shield because I wanted to try out the shield. So there's the 3 abilities for Mace. Mace is pretty cool because it's got another AoE ability to it. That Mace 2 ability puts the a circle in the ground, and anybody in that circle will take damage. And then 3 is a defensive ability. It basically will put a circle up, and if you get hit, it'll do damage to anybody in the area. I'm looking at the other weapons that I haven't unlocked. I didn't try sword, one-handed sword or sword main hand, because I couldn't get one. I did unlock all the great sword, though I don't have any footage of it here. I will say it was pretty fun using great sword. Torch was pretty awesome too. Torch gives you 2 abilities. One is to breathe fire, which I thought was really, really fun. I must say that my favorite Guardian weapon was probably the two-handed hammer.
Refreshing.
I think I pulled an elite. Yeah, right there, that's an elite. I didn't realize it right away. I was like fighting and I'm like, man, I'm not doing any damage. What's going on? And then I noticed, I'm like, oh, it's an elite. Let me get out of here. I think right there is where I noticed, uh-oh, this is a futile. Let me get out of here because it's an elite and there's no way I'm going to be able to kill her in time. And she brought friends now too.
Woo-wee! That was one outstanding fireworks show. I could do that every day and not get tired.
They lost even though they had air superiority. Pitiful.
I'm gonna
We should
run.
clean the range
I
before
think
the
I run
lizards
around
rot.
here, and I find a nice little area with some ghosts, and I just stay there for like the next half an hour or whatever, unlocking the rest of these abilities, and then I unlock hammer. I still hadn't picked up a hammer, so I'm like, oh, let me see what you have here.
What?
Oh boy, you have a hammer for sale. Okay, I'll buy it. I don't need this renown for anything else. This is just a stress test. I'm gonna lose it before live. And I think the second or third ghost I kill drops a hammer. I was like, of course, that's my luck. I start vendoring. Focus is pretty cool too. I don't think I show it off though. A lot of this stuff I'd probably sell on the black trading thing. I think it's called the black trading company. I trade it on the auction house, but
Goodbye.
this is just beta. I don't really care about the cash at the moment. Yeah, this area is where I stay for the most, the rest of this time while I'm on the Guardian. Just killing stuff. I would have leveled a lot faster had I done some story quests. But during beta weekend, I want to say it was probably the beginning of 2. I don't think I finished all the Char story stuff at the beginning of, or the first beta weekend. I think at the beginning of the second beta weekend event, I got to the finishing point of the Char story where it said basically you couldn't go any further until the game goes live. That was all the story quests they had for beta. I had that screen, and I decided to do some other stuff, but because I've already seen most of it, there's depending on what your story is at the beginning when you create your character, there could be different story paths, but I just didn't feel like doing any more of the story quests. Plus the lag was really bad when you went into like the story instance. The story instance was like lagging me like so bad, and I was rubber banding so bad when I was doing it on a different character that I decided to just stay out here and kill mobs just because it was fun, and it was accomplishing what I needed by unlocking the new weapons and stuff.
Hot. You're hot.
They're hit level 6, and I noticed that I had a slot available, so I'm looking at some of this stuff. I could have summoned to get a summon hammer, summon the sword, spirit weapons. Then I see the signets, and I'm like, oh, signets, maybe. I started getting attacked there. The one thing with this weapon set that I was complaining about, that if the audio wouldn't have gotten messed up, you would have been able to hear me say live, was that there was no ranged attack with this weapon set. The shield, mace shield, did not give you anything till you can like pull stuff from range. You had to get in close. Well, that's fine and all. Because you're a guardian, you're beefy, you're whatever, you can take a little bit more with your heavy armor, but when you're pulling the fighters here, the Escalonian fighters, and there's an archer next to them, and you accidentally pull the archer too, body pull the archer, they start shooting you, and you have to basically stop what you're doing against the fighter and go take care of the archer, because they'll keep shooting you. And if you don't dodge or avoid the damage, it hurts really bad. So here I'm going to keep reading on the signets. I like using signets on my other builds. Retreat. No, I don't retreat. Oh, I'm getting attacked again. There's some other people. I think here I decide to run around the tree, I think. I'm gonna go up and kill this person so I can hide behind this tree and then look at the skills. Alright, now I can look at my skills without worrying about getting attacked. Retreat, wall of reflection, I don't think so. Smite, condition, cures, and then I see this one. Shrapnel mine. It's a ranged attack. Now I have a ranged attack to start pulls with. So that's why I got that one, just because I was thinking I've been for like the past like 2-3 minutes I had been complaining about how Mace Shield doesn't have any range capability, so everything had to be up close and personal, which is fine, but and until level 11 I don't get the weapon swap, so I could easily have like the staff equipped and use the range pull, then hit the tilde key to switch my weapon sets to go to Mace Shield, but I'm too low level, so I was complaining about it. So I saw that and I was like, oh, shrapnel mine. That's a pretty decent range pull, though. It's only 600 the distance, so you have to get in pretty close. But you see there, it's a pretty good starter. Use that to pull stuff. You don't really, on that one I didn't have to because there was nothing next to it, but I was just getting used to the range on it and what it does. And it's a mine, so if you were to pull it right in front of them, if you were to put it right in front of them and they run over it, they're gonna take the damage from it. Excuse me. It does pretty decent damage to start. And I got Shield of Judgment. This is like a shield bash. It's actually really cool. Basically, it does like a cone effect. Anything in front of you, it shoots a wave, and it gives protection to you and up to 5 allies. So it's a really good defensive ability. There, I thought I was far enough away, but I ended up hitting both of them with that shrapnel mine. No worries, I'll just run in and kill the archer. Actually, I hide back here to bring him so I don't pull that third guy. It looks like there's an elementalist with lightning, shooting his lightning. This archer will not leave me alone, even though there's somebody else shooting him. See there, I dropped the mine, but he saw me, so I run over it and explodes, and they get some damage from it.
Refreshing. Feel energized.
There, I get a malign steam blade. I don't know how he didn't get affected by it. Come in here. There you go. The number 1 on the mace also has some AoE to it. It'll hit stuff next to it as well. These guys die way too fast. Supposed to be legionnaires. I like that shield he's got. I want that one. You can take mine. He died again.
Wheels keep turning, we keep fighting.
You do get experience for reviving allies or just NPCs around the area. So you wanna, if you don't have to, but if you want the XP, you can res them.
Fresh.
Almost there to my number 5 shield. And then the real fun begins. I'm telling you, I think hammer was one of the better weapons that I used on the Guardian. Getting tired of resin these guys and then they're dying right away. Come back here. Almost have shield 5 unlocked. Maybe 1 or 2 more kills, I think. Yeah, 1 more kill, I think. There it is, Shield of Absorption. Basically what this does, it creates a big damage cone around you that protects you from projectiles. And then you can detonate it and heal some allies around you. Pull 2 fighters, perfect time to use the shield. There, it pushes them out. And if people are in it, allies, you can use it. You can use it twice and heal them as well. Pretty cool ability for the shield. Oh no! Fight to survive. You're dead.
I'm wounded.
On to the fun stuff. Hammer. Hammer. It's hammer time. There's all the abilities for the hammer. Slam. Oh, that's so epic. Oh, you want some too, huh? Come here, I got some for you. Also, if you'll notice here, the hammer, while it is a friggin' monster weapon with some really good damage, the right there, hammer swing, hammer bash, and then symbol of protection. The third phase of your number 1 attack will put a ring on the ground that also does damage to anything else around it, but it also gives you a protection boon. So it also has some defensive ability with it too. See there, he's blocking our 2 and number 3 boom. Anything in that circle will take damage, but it also gives you a defensive boom. And I got Mighty Blow. There's Mighty Blow. Now, Mighty Blow is a combo finisher, I think, or it's a combo field, I think. I don't remember. It's either a combo finisher or a combo field, and you want to use 1 and 2 together so you can reap the benefits from it. I think it's a combo field, and then the third ability is the finisher on the number 1 attack. So you're gonna go wham. Lots of damage really fast. And I like how two-handed weapons, their abilities unlock, it seems a little bit faster. Stop blocking, scaredy cat. There you go. Fear my hammer. Zealot's Embrace. This one's a good one too. I believe this is the slow. Yeah. It's an AoE kinda sort of ability. Instead of it doing like area around you, it does area in a straight line. So let's say you had some mobs running away in a straight line and you were to throw your hammer, it goes through them and slow them in that line. This guy's trying to run, I slow him down, and then I proceed to beat the living crap out of him. Really good PvP weapon too when you're about to finish somebody and they're trying to run. You switch to it and you can slow them. Also, two-handed hammer 5 also gives you a bubble or a shield that doesn't let any enemies that are inside the shield, it will not let them run out of it, which is another really good control ability for PvP. I'm gonna run and hide. No, you're not. Slow you down. Put the bubble up. And now I'll rape you with my hammer. Gotta hurry up and get over there. Those friggin' rangers. The archers are terrible. They suck so much. They hit you so hard when you're back outside of range. You gotta get in melee range and do some damage. Dragon's Tooth, there's an elementalist then. See, I was able to slow her, but the other one wasn't in line, so I could only slow one of them. There's a torch. Almost have 4 unlocked. Also, a good tip I'll let you in on with the skills. If you look at the skills, there's no red lines under them right now. That means they're all usable. I'm in range for all of them. But right there, you see that some of them went with a red line underneath. When they get a red line underneath, that means that if I use a skill, it's not gonna hit anything. I'm out of range. That's your range check to know if you're in range or not. And banish. Banish is your home run. See, as soon as I noticed there was an archer that aggroed onto me, I immediately ran to the archer first because they do more damage when you're at range. Still haven't used my banish. Surprised it's one of my favorite abilities. I probably must have not noticed that I unlocked it yet. I think I use it on this one. Still haven't used banish. I was in a zone killing stuff I didn't even notice. I think it unlocked. So much, it's just so much damage you do with the two-handed hammer. I'm just running at two things now because I know I can take it on. The damage output that the hammer does is so much more than what they can do to me. And I picked up an axe. And I almost have hammer 5 unlocked. maybe one more kill and it unlocks Hammer 5. And Hammer 5. There, I hovered over Hammer 4, like, oh my god, I didn't even realize I unlocked it.
Getting up.
Right there, wham! Goodbye. And then I realized, oh crap, it's an archer. I don't want to knock him back. Now it's all about having fun with the hammer. I think I ended up realizing something with Hammer 5 and 4. If I was to put down 5 before I use 4, I won't knock them too far away from me. I'll keep it close. It's good for like an archer.
I'm bleeding.
Slam. Alright, so I guess I'll go ahead and give you all my thoughts so far on the Guardian class. My first class, I'll start off with my first class. The first class that I really wanted to play before I was in any of the betas was Engineer. Just because Engineer was something new. I knew it was going to be a utility class with a lot of versatility. Off healing, you can do some tanking too with turrets. The different weapon packs you can equip, your flamethrower. Did I mention the flamethrower? And then having a char engineer, not only can you use a flamethrower, but then you get the Charzuka. It was just like, yeah, I think I want to play an engineer. And I played an engineer for the first beta weekend. And for the first beta weekend I split my time between them and a ranger. Because those were the two classes going into this that I really wanted to try out. Why ranger? Well, there's always been other ranger type classes, like even while there was the hunter. I just never really played a class that had pets like that, and I thought it would be interesting. I mean, I have a max level hunter in World of Warcraft, but it was never my main going into the game. It was something that I did after the fact, and I enjoyed it. I've raided with them, and I enjoyed using the hunter. So I thought maybe that would be a nice route going with the ranger. The one pet peeve about the ranger is that they can't use guns because they're attuned with nature, so you can only use your bows, which is fine and all. Then the something else that they have that's really good is that they give them really good melee abilities. So in a pinch, if you get up close, you can pull out sword dagger and just wreck somebody with some melee skills. But the engineer I thought was good and all. It's really versatile. I still enjoyed it. And then I started playing some other classes, the second beta weekend, third beta weekend, and then it was just like, wow, this class is fun, and then this class is fun, and oh my god, well, this class is fun. I played a I played a thief, and I really like the thief gameplay. What bothers me about the thief is in PvP. In PvP, as a thief, you're so maybe I wasn't playing it right, but I was going for more a condition-based build. So I was putting a lot of like poison and bleeds and stuff. Well, the thing that I didn't like about it too much was if I'm inside a group, like with the Guardian, if you get caught inside a group, you can easily like handle yourself and not get wrecked. But as a thief, you get wrecked so fast because they're squishy. But so you're delegated to using your short bow and going back into range. If I wanted to stand back and shoot arrows, I'd play a ranger. That's my one peeve about the thief. Then Guardian is so awesome because they can put out some damage, and they have so many defensive things that they can use to stop incoming damage. Plus, they can drop some off healing, so it's very versatile class. I like it, but then again, it's just I've played the tank role for 6 years in other MMOs before, and I feel it's really similar to a tank role where it's not the tank because you can't control the mob as much as you would want to, but you can kind of sort of hold on to them for a while. And when you can't hold on to them, there's all your boons that you can put on your players, like defensive boons and some off healing to help them stay alive until you can grab them back. So overall, Guardian, very fun class to play. If you like playing melee, give the hammer a test because it's going to be really fun, and the two-handed sword as well. Well, this has been Santos. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.
Come on.